Introducing Wondersuite from Bluehost.com, the tool that makes WordPress wonderful for everyone. Website creation is hard. Was hard, but not anymore, thanks to Wondersuite from Bluehost. Answer a few questions about your business and goals, and the Wondersuite tools will automatically lay out your WordPress website or store in minutes. Seriously. From there, you can customize your design, pick your brand colors, and add blocks. No custom theme or coding required. You'll get content suggestions that you can keep or revise. And with Yoast SEO built in, we automatically help you get found in search engines. From step-by-step guidance to suggested plugins to an AI-powered help bot, our built-in tools make
Get great holiday savings with digital coupons at Safeway. This week at Safeway, get bone-in USDA choice beef ribeye roast for $5.97 per pound with digital coupon. Limit one while supplies last. Plus, get large gold pineapple for just 97 cents each with digital coupon. Limit one. Also this week at Safeway, get bone-in signature select classic ham, shake half or whole for only 87 cents per pound with digital coupon. Limit 2 items. Visit Safeway.com or head in store for more deals.
Educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work podcast, where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here's your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. I am really excited because, I've been talking about branding for quite some time, and, this is really, excited. I can't hold it back a little bit, to be honest. But my guest today, she is a powerhouse. She specializes in raising the visibility of senior leaders by developing their thought leadership and media placement as a means of strengthening competitive advantage, increasing stakeholder engagement, and retaining talent. She is a 3-time board member of the New York Women in Communications. She holds various degrees, but even though that, I just want you to know she sounds and she comes off as a very personable individual, someone that that cares about which direction you're going in, not just as a business person, but as just a humanizing your situation. So I'm really excited. I really want to get into this. I'm introducing to you today Miss Julie Livingston. Julie, thank you very much for coming on today.
Oh, it's great to be here with you, Maurice. Thanks for having me.
Sure, no problem. So, as you saw, I was excited before we got on the camera. I'm excited now, right? But so one of the things I would like to talk to you about, what does PR have to do with LinkedIn?
Well, public relations has a lot to do with LinkedIn, actually, and I think that people don't realize how much it's connected. Mm-hmm. Public relations is the way you kind of put yourself out in the world, how you present yourself, how you the kind of reputation that you've developed over time, and how people perceive you. Mm-hmm. And LinkedIn is an amazing business networking platform. It's the premier business networking platform for individuals around the world. I think they have 600 million users in 200 countries. It's kind of crazy. Keeps growing. And it's no longer a tool that you just use for job search. Of course, people still do use it for that and to make career changes, but it's also a place for you to be seen and recognized for your accomplishments. And you can use that to cultivate your industry reputation, to promote your thought leadership and your opinions about things that are important in your industry or in the industry sector where you work, and to really to expand your business relationships, to meet new people, and to get information that can help you in your career.
So how about those individuals that may feel as though they don't need public relations because they're not high enough, in the corporate ladder, if you will, and I try to explain to those individuals that, no, you still need to focus on that because this is your brand. This is what you're going to be known for. So what would be your suggestion to an individual like that that's a little bit on the fence and saying, hey, that's not for me?
I think that's a really good question, Maurice. And I would say to them that everybody who's working today, no matter what level of leadership you are, maybe you're a manager, maybe you're an assistant manager, it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
You want to present yourself well, and you want to show what you know, because you don't know, you if you want to continue advancing in your career, you kind of have to showcase what you've accomplished and how you think and the kind of human being that you are. And LinkedIn allows you to do that. It's a wonderful platform to showcase your personality in certain ways. It's very different than Facebook. It is a business networking platform, but it's a way to show your human side. It's a way to voice your opinions on business topics. And it's a way to help you stand out from the fray. So let's say you're an assistant manager and you're looking to get, eventually you want to move up the ladder, right? You want to get a promotion. You want to secure that next level job.
Right.
Well, one of the ways to do that is to show what you're capable of on LinkedIn. And I can explain some of the ways that you can make that happen.
Sure. Go ahead. Keep it going.
So first of all, one of the first things when I coach people on elevating their LinkedIn profile is to actually really analyze the profile and elevate it, take it up a couple of notches.
Okay.
So first, make sure that you have a professional looking headshot. And people sometimes will post photos that are, I don't know, the lighting is terrible. They're unrecognizable.
Right.
They're in a t-shirt they'd wear on the weekend. They don't really look like they might, that they're in a work situation.
Sure.
So consider that. And I have to tell you that it is worth the expense to get a professionally done headshot. One where you're wearing a nice crisp top. You don't have to wear a tie if you're a man, but you should look professional. It's like business casual, I would say. And your hair is neat. If you wear makeup, you might want to have that professionally done. It is so worth the investment, because this is the image that you're putting out there in the world, right? And you want people to see you for something special, and you want them to think of you as a real professional. I've just been working with somebody who I asked him for his recent headshot, and he gave me something that was so washed out. Like it had a very busy background. You couldn't really see his face or his facial expression. And I explained to him that it was missing something really important, and that it was worth making the investment and getting, really taking up that headshot a notch or two, so that he looked memorable and distinguished. And like somebody you'd want to hire or have on your team.
Right.
So think about that. The second thing is the background area right behind your headshot.
Yes.
That is the most underutilized piece of real estate on your LinkedIn profile. I cannot tell you how many people I know who don't have anything back there. It's blank. But when you think about it, it's really the first thing, especially that area on the right side. That's the first thing your eye goes to when you pull up a profile. So I like to work with people to get them to post a secondary photo of them in action. Maybe they're giving a presentation, or they're meeting with a customer. They're shaking somebody's hand. They're in a professional environment. So it kind of shows them doing what they do at work.
Right.
And also by adding a couple of words about what they do or what they aspire to do. Now, it's easy to update this background header, because tools like Canva, which is a free, you can use the free version. They have a LinkedIn background template that you can easily update, and it will look fantastic.
Right.
And it really, having that space that's used to telegraph people about you, it's like they're instantly going to get who you are and what you want to do or what you do now. So don't forget that. Then, think about your headline. What is the headline under your name saying about you?
So
You could use a sentence to do that, or in my profile, I actually use a series of words that are separated by a column. It's an uppercase letter I, so that it looks like it's a divider.
Yes.
Between each word, and so together, all of those words say something about who I am and what my specialties are.
So, a couple years ago, when we would do our resume and say what is our objective, if you will, right? And you see people they're trying to transition out of that a little bit, make it more of like a summary or whatever else. Are there any keywords that people might want to pop up in that area? Or is there any other places within the LinkedIn profile that they should utilize that? I listened to one of your other shows where you talked about maybe utilizing the turning on your creator tools and doing a feature and things like that.
Yeah.
Any tips or tricks?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, be careful about how you use adjectives. You don't want to overdo it and use things like amazing, fantastic, because you're talking about yourself. You'll lose credibility by doing that.
Right.
But I think you can use, if you use the right language, you can describe how you are, a go-getter, or how you are mission oriented or goal focused. I think you can cite any key awards. Let's say, you were named a particular level of performer at your current job. That might be something to put in your headline, actually. And then don't forget to add something a little more fun and whimsical. For example, at the end of my headline, I have that I'm a theater junkie because I love going to the theater.
Nice.
But it gives people a sense of me as a person.
Right.
And I think that's important. So add a little bit of personality to it, but use words that people will instantly understand to describe what you do and who you are. LinkedIn is constantly coming out with new features and tools that you can also use to enhance your profile. So it's called the creator mode, as you said, and you can turn that on for free. I recommend that people use creator mode when they have at least 500 connections on the platform, because one of the things it does do, and it's just something to think about, is that it hides the follow button. It hides the connect button.
Okay.
So people who want to connect with you just have to go through another step to connect with you.
Okay.
They have to click on more, and then connect will come up.
Okay.
But if you have more than 500 connections and you're pretty active on the platform, I think creator mode is fantastic. And I'll tell you why. So first of all, it allows you to add a customized URL in your headline, underneath your headline, so that you could instantly send somebody to a landing page or a website that you've created that shows your work. In my case, it's my business website, but it could be my blog, it could be anything.
Right.
And you could customize that. So I love that because you see that right away. But creator mode also gives you the ability to have a featured section, which is like a slideshow, like a theatrical marquee that you'd see at a movie theater. You have a series of slides, images that show what you do, or maybe some of your accomplishments, or maybe it's a slide from a presentation you gave, or maybe it's a photo of you at an event or giving a speech. I just love that. And I use that a lot for my clients and for myself, because I think it livens up your profile. Again, it gives you a sense of the person behind the profile. And I always try to change it to make people want to come back and kind of see what I'm up to. In addition to that, creator mode allows you to use LinkedIn Live and LinkedIn audio features. So LinkedIn Live is the ability to do live broadcasts on the platform. And I do that every week. I have a show called PR Patter, Public Relations Patter, where I talk to people in and out of my public relations and marketing network. And I broadcast right on the platform. LinkedIn has a new audio event feature. I have not used that yet, I have to tell you, but
Okay.
I've heard other people's LinkedIn audio events, and they're really pretty great. And,
Nice.
it's more of a casual recording. Like you don't need any video on it. You just,
Mm.
maybe you're having a conversation with a colleague about a particular topic,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just audio, and you could have, and people could call in with, dial in with questions. It's a great tool. So there are a lot of nice features with creator mode that I would suggest checking out, and they're constantly updating it and changing
Mm-hmm.
it.
Now, as you, I'm gonna piggyback off of something you had mentioned about you being into theater, right? And the humanizing of your LinkedIn profile, because sometimes you think about looking for jobs and things like that. Sometimes it feels cold. Your resume can feel cold and things like that. So what are other ways that people can make their resume or their this professional piece feel warm and
Yeah,
fuzzy, if you will? So what would you
sure.
suggest?
Well, first think about your personal core values.
Mm-hmm.
What are like the three things that are very telling about who you are, that are kind of non-negotiable? So for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's passion,
Mm.
authenticity,
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
and creativity and ingenuity. So
Wow.
passion is something. So then once you have those personal core values identified, and take time to think about them,
Right.
those are the things that define you no matter what. That's who you are in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you want to tie those personal core values to content pillars. What are the
Mm.
things that you want to post about on LinkedIn that will express those elements of your personality,
Mm-hmm.
right? While you're sharing knowledge. And so I try, because my core values are, passion, authenticity, ingenuity, creativity. I try to post things that show my creative thinking on behalf of my clients, how
Mm.
I solve their problems creatively. And that way people can kind of get a peek inside my head and see my approach to helping my clients.
So when people use that or they show that side of them, does that help them to be more marketable for these
I think it
companies?
does. I think it does if they're consistent. So
Okay.
once you identify these content pillars,
Mm-hmm.
stay with them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be all over the map. Make sure that you're constantly posting on, whether it's leadership
Mm-hmm.
or mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, whatever those content pillars are that tie back to your core values. Make sure that you focus on those consistently. Remember that
Mm.
people are going to see your posts somewhat inconsistently, right? Some
Yeah.
people might
Yeah.
look at your post every time you put something up. Some people may not.
Right.
So you want to be kind of repetitive
Mm-hmm.
with what you're talking about in terms of your subject matter. I have a client who I post about very often about leadership and mental health and then company culture.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, because I've been so consistent in posting either articles that I think that relate on those topics or
Mm-hmm.
her insights on those topics. Over time, people have gone up to her and said, I read your posts and I feel like I know you, because it's through those insights that
Right.
you can get a window into who somebody is.
That's
And
nice.
that forms the connection.
So does that, again, all I'm trying to do is just make sure that our listeners today, they understand that what you're talking about brings value to what they're trying to portray to anybody that's out there, whether or not they're trying to be a thought leader, as you said, how to make your CEO stand out on LinkedIn, or just a prospective client or whatever it is. You just want to show some value in whatever you're putting out there.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to. it's not only the senior vice presidents or the presidents or CEOs of organizations that are leveraging the PR value of LinkedIn. It's really any working person can use the platform to showcase their expertise.
Good, good. I appreciate it, Julie. So,
and how you bring value to your work every single day.
and I think those are little key elements that people don't understand. Again, they think when they look at a resume, it feels cold.
Forget the resume. Your LinkedIn profile should not really be a resume. It used to be that way, but it should not. I like to think of it as more of a landing page so that it really is more of a storytelling tool. Sure, it's going to have the history, the chronology of your work experience, and you're going to have some information there about your accomplishments, how long you've been there, any promotions you've gotten, but spice it up a little bit, right? Giving people a window into your personality and what makes you special.
See, I think that's the part that, because I listen to my daughter, and I talk about the resume thing because my daughter just graduated from college. My son is in college, so I listen to them talk about using LinkedIn only as a resume tool. And that's why I'm beating this horse a little bit, because I just want to make sure people understand that it's more valuable than just that.
You're not really leveraging the power of LinkedIn if you're only using it as a job search tool. You're just not. It's really a strategic marketing tool and a public relations tool. And, learn about it. Okay. I would say that start following people who you admire on LinkedIn and see how they present themselves. And also LinkedIn has LinkedIn Learning. They have a lot of free seminars and things where you can learn about the ins and outs of how to use the platform so that you can educate yourself and become more familiar on it. I have found over time that the more I started posting on LinkedIn, the more I learned about all of the nuances and all of the tools. You have to kind of experiment, like with any social media platform.
Right.
Experiment with it and see what works, what gets traction, and what doesn't.
Nice. Julie, thank you very much for coming on today. I appreciate all the information that you have given. Granted, we've only touched the surface, though, for all the information that you have. So would you like to share where that people can follow you and get more information?
Sure. Well, please follow me, Julie Livingston, on LinkedIn, of course, but also on my website, wantleverage.com. You can download my free tip sheet, Make Your CEO Stand Out on LinkedIn. And it really isn't just for CEOs. I think the tips in there are really, really valuable for people at any level of their career.
Okay, cool. So before I let you go, though, I ask this of every guest that I have on my would you rather question, right?
Okay.
So would you rather choose 3 doors or a fork in the road?
I'd rather choose a fork in the road.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a good pivoter. I have found, Maurice, that throughout my career, I'm actually pretty good at navigating change.
Really? Okay.
And yeah. And so I'm going to say I would figure it out. Maybe I wouldn't go the right direction first, but I would figure it out pretty soon after on how to get on the right path. How's that?
Cool. No, that's fine. What's funny is because I've been asking this for almost 2 years now. And within the last year, most people have been choosing this fork in the road. A lot of people want to peek down the road, though.
Sometimes you can't.
Right.
Sometimes you have no choice.
You're right about that. But Julie, thank you very much for coming on today. And be sure, everyone, to follow her. All the information will be in the description of the show. Thank you, Julie.
Have a great one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Find us on social media at Chisholm Group LLC and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work, or will it?
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18 plus.